rules. We will provide vision and direction and shine the light down the path of our entrepreneurs and farmers. We are indeed counting on a vibrant private sector to drive growth and create jobs. We will stimulate the creative juices of innovators. We will bring to life the adventurer in you. It is time to imagine and to dream again. Time to try that business idea again. We will reduce taxes to recover the momentum of our economy. The doors of Ghana are open again. The shutters are up again. There could not be a better opportunity to make in Ghana and to make it in Ghana. Ghana is open again. We will build a confident Ghana which is united, at peace with itself, and takes pride in its diversity. We will rekindle the spirit that made Ghana the leading light on the African continent and make our conditions deserving of that accolade. We will work with our neighbors and friends on the continent to enhance peace, democracy, and political stability in our part of the world. We will reassert vigorously the Pan-African vocation to which our nation has been dedicated. Integration of our region and our continent will be a strategic objective of Ghanaian policy. It will not be easy. We have no illusions whatsoever about the enormity of the task that we face. But I know that Ghanaians at home and abroad will rise to the occasion. They always do. It will require sacrifice, but it can be done. Others have done it. So can we. Our best days still lie ahead. Though our challenges are fearsome, so are our strengths. Ghanaians have ever been a restless, questing, hopeful people, and we must bring to our task today the vision and will of those who came before us. The Ghanaian people have summoned the change we celebrate today. They have raised their voices in an unmistakable chorus. They have cast their votes without equivocation and have forced the change. Now we must do the work the season demands. To that work, I now turn with the authority of my office. I ask the legislature and judiciary to join with me, but no president, no parliament, no government can undertake this mission all by itself. Fellow citizens, you must be at the center of the change. The change we have voted for will have to start with each of us as individuals. We can start with little changes in our own individual attitudes and practices. The change can and should start now and with us as individuals. I ask you to be citizens. Citizens, not spectators. Citizens, not subjects. Responsible citizens, building your communities and our nation. Let us work until the work is done. Holy Scripture in Galatians, chapter 6:9 says, and I quote, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." I assure you, my fellow citizens, who have entrusted me with this mandate, that I will advance my convictions with civility. I will serve the public interest with courage. I will speak for greater justice as well as compassion, and I will call for responsibility, and I will live it as well. This is my solemn pledge. I see exciting times ahead. The rule of law will be the underlying tenet of our lives, and the law will be applicable to all of us, and not just some. We will have to work hard, harder than we have ever done before, and the hard work will be done by all of us, and not just some. There will be discipline in all sectors of our lives, and this applies to all of us, not just some. Our public service will be accorded the dignity and respect it deserves, and be made to attract the bright young people it needs. We acknowledge there will always be the need for a safety net for the vulnerable in our society, as in all other societies. Our nation will work when the marginalized and vulnerable are catered for and treated with respect. Our elderly people will be recognized for their roles in building Ghana and assured of care in the dusk of their life. We should all recognize the danger we face by the alarming degradation of our environment and work to protect our water bodies, our forests, our lands, and the oceans. We should learn and accept that we do not own the land, but hold it in trust for generations yet unborn, and therefore have a responsibility to take good care of it and all it contains. Ghana's first president, Kwame Nkrumah Osajefo, said at the end of 1957, the year of our independence, and I quote, "We shall measure our progress by the happiness which our people take in being able to manage their own affairs." Since March 6, 1957, we all say as a matter of routine that we are Ghanaians. It is time to define what being a Ghanaian ought to mean. Being a Ghanaian must stand for something more than the holder of a birth certificate or a certain passport. Being a Ghanaian must put certain responsibilities on each of us. Calling yourself a Ghanaian must mean you have signed up to a certain definable code of conduct. Being a Ghanaian puts an obligation on each one of us to work at building a fair, prosperous, and happy nation. And calling yourself a Ghanaian must mean we look out for each other. There should be no higher praise than to be able to say, "I am a Ghanaian." I thank the Almighty that I'm able to say with pride, "I am a Ghanaian." A new dawn has arisen in Ghana, which will enable us to build a new Ghanaian civilization, which will be the beacon of Africa and the wonder of the world. I thank you all, my fellow citizens, for making me the president of this beautiful country. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and may God bless our homeland Ghana, and make her great and strong, and may God bless us all, and Mother Ghana, Africa.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Bamenua Okunini no Gomu bra nyando Achimene ku apemede hia no. nua nante bra. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Ye wa yuko anana Nana misre nyame ma wo. Onyame nka wo adwuma dia wo bedi nyina bisa. Ya wo ye nyina nyame amemo ya kwa. Nti misre nyame ma wo beme. Kana mampanyine. Asrasa onyame nhyira wo. Okuni lawyer penini nyame nhyira wo. Go mo bra. Tenase. Kana nyina ma wa yuko.
Ladies and gentlemen, please still be reminded, this is a chamber of parliament. And the Speaker, the Right Honorable Professor Mike Eronokwe, presides.
Order. Honorable members, order. On behalf of the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana, Mr. President, may I congratulate you for the address of excellence that you have delivered unto us. We are inspired and most grateful. Thank you. Honorable members, may I acknowledge further the presence of other dignitaries here with us today. His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Madari, Vice President of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Honorable Lakshmi Yalabu, Foreign Minister of Mauritius. His Excellency Mr. Kofi Annan, former Secretary General of the United Nations. His Excellency, former Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Pa Kwesi Emisa Atta, Excellency Mark Christian Kabore, President of Burkina Faso. Excellency Faustine Akej Jodera, President of the Central African Republic. On behalf of this honorable House, I shall invite the chairperson of the heads of state of ECOWAS, and President of the Republic of Liberia, Her Excellency Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, to deliver a goodwill message on behalf of ECOWAS.
Your Excellency, President Idris Deby, Chairman of the African Union, Mr. Speaker, and honorable parliamentarians, Excellencies, heads of state and governments here seated, Your Excellency, President of the ECOWAS Commission, Your Honor, Madam Chief Justice and Associate Justices, Cabinet Ministers, members of the Diplomatic Corps, officials of government, Your Excellency, former President John Mahama, Your Excellency, former Vice President of Ghana, traditional chiefs and elders, members of the prelate, members of the Fourth Estate, distinguished ECOWAS citizens of the great Republic of Ghana, I bring you warmest greetings from the people of the Republic of Liberia. It is with great pleasure that I stand here today on behalf of the economic community of West African states to convey very warm and fraternal congratulations to the people of Ghana for once again making the region proud. Today marks a historic day in the ECOWAS community and Africa as a whole, as we witness another democratic transition in the Republic of Ghana. Today, we witness the completion of a democratic process of peaceful transfer of power from one administration to another. You Ghanaians make us proud. After hard-fought campaigns, you have put differences aside and come together as one people to celebrate this victory. We must remember that this event is the fruit of many, many years of hard labor. Democracy is the fruit of the sacrifice of many generations and must not be taken for granted. Thank you, people of Ghana, for your political maturity and sense of patriotism in reaching thus far. We commend the professionalism and commitment of the Independent Electoral Commission and all political parties for applying the needed restraint that paved the way for the peaceful conduct of the elections. The peaceful transition of power in accordance with the will of the people is a sacrosanct pillar of democracy, where the people are free to speak, free to move, and free to choose their destiny. There will always be peace. Where there is peace, every child gets a chance to grow to his or her potential in an environment of tranquility. On behalf of ECOWAS heads of state and in my own name, we extend our greatest salutation to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for his leadership in organizing a free, fair, and transparent electoral process, giving the people the freedom and the space to choose their own fate is the greatest act of leadership. We are proud of Ghana today. We are proud of Ghana today, but it is not unexpected. Ghana has been the bastion of democracy for many decades after years of turbulence. John, As you leave State House, please remember and cherish the fact that you have many roles to play in the future, in Ghana, in Africa, and the world. We all need your creativity and talents. I am thankful for the cordial relationship that developed between our two countries in finding solutions to the burning problems of our nations and our sub-region. Thank you for demonstrating to all that indeed there is life after the pinnacle of power. I look forward to joining you in that track when I turn over to a new administration in a year from now. Excellencies, heads of state, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, when ECOWAS was founded about 40 years ago, every one of the 16 countries, with very few exceptions, was under military rule or one-party system. Today, we can say that ECOWAS as a region is the lead in democratic transition. The majority of our leaders today reach power through the democratic process. We must ensure that there is no rollback. We must make sure that this social dispensation is never lost, for we cannot afford to go back to the days of military coup and social unrest. We are therefore confident that our region is transitioning to a stable and mature democratic culture, as demonstrated by the peaceful elections and smooth transitions of power in Cape Verde, Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, Benin, Niger, and now again Ghana. As a region, ECOWAS has made great strides toward integration with one passport, a court, a parliament, and other institutions. This makes us the most integrated community at the regional level. We still face serious challenges when it comes to the free movement of people who travel by road because they cannot afford air transport. We must ensure that ECOWAS will be truly borderless and that a truck going from Lagos can reach Dakar without harassing bottlenecks that constrain trade among our countries. Total integration will only be possible when people can move, live, and work freely in any part of ECOWAS. This is a priority of our region as we work for the transformation under ECOWAS Vision 2020 and the evolution from ECOWAS of states to ECOWAS of people. While recognizing the relevance of all these programs, we are particularly concerned about the political upheavals within our communities, which may have implications for sustainable peace and economic development. All members of ECOWAS are concerned with the increasing incidence of terrorism as intensified in Mali and Burkina Faso. We are encouraged by the recent victory of the Nigerian government in the effort to remove the Boko Haram scourge. ECOWAS faces perhaps the most difficult situation in the Gambia. After accepting his loss in elections, President Jammeh reversed course and questioned the results of the elections. He has submitted his grievances to the Supreme Court, which will start its review process on January 10. ECOWAS is closely following the process, and the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, is leading the effort as ECOWAS mediator. We call on the people of the Gambia to follow the example of Ghana and put the interests of the nation above all personal interests. ECOWAS stands by the people of the Gambia and will exercise every effort to sustain peace and democracy. We stand with the people of Gambia and want to assure them of our unwavering adherence to the principles of democracy in our entire region. To you, Excellency President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, we applaud your long-term work and commitment to peace and democracy. We have no doubt that you will strengthen those ideals and will continue the political actions that have made Ghana a great nation and an example for all of us. We warmly welcome you into the authority of ECOWAS heads of state and government, and look forward to the experience and contribution that you will bring to our debates in efforts to integrate our countries further, economically, socially, and politically. Actors may change from time to time, but the spirit of unity, peace, and solidarity of ECOWAS remains always alive. Mr. President, you have assumed the leadership of this great country at a very difficult time when the world is experiencing sluggish growth, low commodity prices, particularly from developing countries, weak global trade and diminishing capital inflows, terrorism, drugs and human trafficking, piracy in the Gulf of Guinea, and the impact of climate change. But we know that the stubborn spirit of optimism and hope with which you have reached this far will continue to inspire your action to keep the people of Ghana buoyant during your tenure. Ghana has always been an active member of the ECOWAS community, and we have no doubt that you will continue to assert Ghana's proactive participation in the activities of the community as we work toward the attainment of our goals. With you as the newest member, we encourage Ghana's continued commitment to the core programs of the sub-regional body, including the consolidation of sub-regional peace and security, the conclusion of negotiations and legal actions for the improvement of financial and economic stability in the community. I will be looking forward to hosting you and your delegation in Monrovia during the 51st Ordinary Summit of the Authority of ECOWAS Heads of State and Government to be convened in May of 2017. President Akufo-Addo, once again, on behalf of the Authority of Heads of States and Government of ECOWAS, we congratulate you, your Vice President, and the gallant people of Ghana. Let the ancient Ghana stand that stood more than 1,000 years ago be now the modern Ghana and a shining star. Let the light shine even brighter. Let me conclude by thanking the people of Ghana, sister African countries, and the international community who turned up en masse today to celebrate this truly momentous occasion. Long live Ghana, long live ECOWAS, long live Africa. I thank you.
Her Excellency Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, President of the Republic of Liberia, representing ECOWAS. You are reminded that this place still remains the Chamber of Parliament with the Right Honorable Professor Mike Aaron Quay presiding. It's the inauguration of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Vice President Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Your Excellency, on behalf of the House, I want to express my deepest appreciation for this excellent and most encouraging address. Honorable members, I shall now invite the special guest of honor for this occasion and President of the Republic of Côte d'Ivoire, His Excellency Alassane Ouattara, to deliver a special message.
Your Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana, my dear brother, First Lady Rebecca Akufo-Addo, Your Excellency John Dramani Mahama, my dear brother, former First Lady Lordina Mahama, Your Excellencies, Head of States, Honorable Head of Government, Your Excellency Bawumia Mohamedou, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Her Ladyship, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Members of Parliament, Your Excellency, the Chairperson of the African Union, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Your Excellency, the President of the ECOWAS Commission, Excellencies, distinguished representatives of international organizations, distinguished guests, my dear brothers and sisters of Ghana, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I rise to speak in this mythical square of the independence, full of symbols and history, not only for the people of Ghana, but also for all who love peace and justice. Indeed, the collective memory still remembers and will remember that it was here in 1961 that His Excellency, the late President Kwame Nkrumah, father of the independence of Ghana and pioneer of Pan-Africanism, lit for the first time the eternal flame, sending to the Ghanaian people and Africa a message of hope for a united Africa, master of its own destiny. Your Excellency, Mr. Nana Akufo-Addo, my dear brother, Excellencies, Head of States, distinguished guests, this solemn occasion gives me the pleasant opportunity to express on behalf of the Ivorian people, the government of Cote d'Ivoire and myself, to President Nana Akufo-Addo, my infinite gratitude for the gracious invitation that he kindly extended to me to take part in this ceremony as a special guest of honor. This distinguished honor bestowed on me and through me to my country and my people reflects the exceptional quality of the strong relationship forged by history and geography which so happily exist between our two countries and our people. Your Excellency, President Nana Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana, Your Excellency Bawumia Mohamedou, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, I would like to seize this opportunity to reiterate to both of you my warmest congratulations for your brilliant victory in the presidential election of December 7, 2016. Through this act, the people of Ghana have expressed their trust and confidence in you and shown their support for your vision and ambition for Ghana. Your well-known leadership, political commitment, and love for Ghana and Africa will enable you to successfully meet the legitimate aspirations of the brotherly people of Ghana. Your Excellency, my brother Nana Akufo-Addo, Excellencies, Heads of States, distinguished guests, I would like to take this opportunity to pay due tribute to my brother, President John Dramani Mahama, for the outgoing president and congratulate him on the remarkable and accomplished remarkable work accomplished during his tenure as head of state. President Mahama, as you lead your position as head of state of Ghana, I'm very pleased to acknowledge the very good collaboration we have had and which has enabled us to make significant progress in strengthening the economic and social cultural cooperation between our two countries. I'm particularly pleased for the work achieved together toward the consolidation of peace, security, and integration in our sub-region, as indicated shortly by our chairperson of ECOWAS. In this regard, the people of the Economic Community of West African States will always be indebted to you for the important work you accomplished as President of ECOWAS during the period 2014-2015. Excellencies, Head of States and Government, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the transparent and peaceful elections, as well as the smooth handover of power we are witnessing today, demonstrate that Ghana has definitely opted for democracy and peace. This election has undoubtedly contributing to reinforcing the positive image of West Africa and Africa to the world. I would therefore like to solemnly reiterate my admiration and pride to President Nana Akufo-Addo and John Dramani Mahama, both great statesmen, for their patriotism and through them to pay a vibrant homage to the people of Ghana for their political maturity, sense of discipline, and love for peace. I humbly exhort the people of Ghana to preserve these important ideals, which are the foundation for sustainable economic development. Indeed, without democracy, there is no peace, and without peace, there is no sustainable economic progress. Ghana, just like Côte d'Ivoire, aspires to economic emergence in the very near future. To meet this challenge and achieve this goal, Ghana needs a climate of peace and social cohesion. That is why I'm particularly pleased to appeal to the political leaders of this country, as well as to all the citizens of this great nation, to firmly accompany and support President Nana Akufo-Addo during his mission. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, over the years, Ghana has shown solidarity with Côte d'Ivoire on many occasions. Indeed, Ghana has welcomed for many years thousands of refugees from Côte d'Ivoire. In addition, Ghana has contributed a large contingent of troops to the United Nations operations in Côte d'Ivoire. I would like to once again take this opportunity to thank the political leaders of Ghana and the people, the good people of this great country, for their support, assistance, and solidarity. The government and the people of Côte d'Ivoire will always be grateful to the Ghanaian people. As President Nana Akufo-Addo assumes today the highest office in Ghana, I would like to assure you of my firm commitment and total availability to work with you to continue and further strengthen the privileged relationship between our two countries and our people. In this context, it will be my hope that we will organize in the near future the 10th session of the joint of the Côte d'Ivoire-Ghana Joint Commission, which will be an opportune occasion to further intensify our bilateral exchange and to promote regional integration. I would like to conclude by taking advantage of this happy occasion offered by this august gathering to reiterate my best wishes to President Nana Akufo-Addo for a very successful tenure as President of Ghana. In the same breath, let me warmly address to the First Lady, Mrs. Rebecca Nana Akufo-Addo, who has discreetly and efficiently accompanied you all through your political battle, my sincere condolences. I am also extending to each and every one of you Ghanaians, brother and sister Africans, as well, and to your families and your loved ones, my warmest and my sincere wishes of good health, success, and prosperity for this new year, 2017. God bless Ghana, God bless Côte d'Ivoire, God bless Africa. Thank you very much. Merci à tous. Merci. Merci.
Order. On behalf of Parliament, I extend our deep gratitude to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Côte d'Ivoire, for his wonderful message of goodwill. Honorable members, it's time to invite some of our special guests and visiting heads of state to congratulate His Excellency, the President. Charity begins at home, and we shall start with their spouses. And if we have Her Excellency, Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo, Her Excellency, Mrs. Samaria Baumia, and Mrs. Alberta Okwe, to please proceed to congratulate His Excellency. And we shall advise and invite our distinguished guests accordingly.
You have seen the swearing in and inauguration of the 5th President of the Fourth
Right
Republic
Honourable
of Ghana.
Speaker of Parliament.
It has been quite a performance. On your screen now is Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo, First Lady of the Republic of Ghana. She moves to congratulate the Vice President, Alhaji Baumia, Doctor, and of course gives her husband a hug. She moves and she shakes hands with the Chief Justice. Now that was beautiful. We see also Mrs. Samira Baumia, the Second Lady, who's also providing her congratulations. There are a number of people whom you will see doing this. Mrs. Alberta Okwe, spouse of course, the Speaker. These are the children of the President. The children of the President, the daughters of the President. I don't speak. Yes, go. Okay. The daughters of the President have congratulated him. Colonel, there are other people who are also going to come up to congratulate.
Yes, Nana. There are. Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo is already in Her Excellency Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who is also the chairman of ECOWAS, is expected to come and congratulate the new president and the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. We will also have His Excellency Idris Deby, the president of Chad, and His Excellency...
I'm sorry? We now have, it appears that the military is moving. So, Colonel, I think we need to focus more on that. But the congratulations will come, I'm sure, from far and wide. But now, live from Black Star Square, JOT, we're seeing the military.
Yes, welcome back to...
Yes, so we are going to have a guard of honor for the newly elected president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who is now the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces.
At this time, His Excellency the President of Cote d'Ivoire makes his way to congratulate the Vice President-elect, Dr. Baumia, the Speaker, Prof. Kwe, and His Excellency the President, President Akufo-Addo.
And afterwards, we expect that President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf will also come up. As you in your shot at the moment is the special guest of honor, President of La Côte d'Ivoire, President Alassane Ouattara. There was a brief movement from the military. Who I think are getting ready for their guard of honor.
Yeah, that is the mountain
as well. And President Ouattara walks back. This is, I think, is this a departure from the usual JOT where you have all of these presidents go up and congratulate, or is this business as usual?
Actually, it's not a departure. That's the way it's done. The visiting president will go up and congratulate the incoming president. So. Because he is the special guest of honor, that's why President Ouattara was the first to go up. So we see the other heads of state will be joining their colleagues to go up and offer congratulations to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Next is the President of the Republic of Liberia, Her Excellency Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
Madame, after she does that, all the other visiting heads of state will... She called for unity in her speech, which was also very apt. Ghana has been a long-time friend.
Thank you.
Liberia, that was instrumental in helping the crisis.
Yes, in her speech.
Well, whilst we
in her speech, the President of Liberia, Her Excellency Johnson Sirleaf, paid glowing tribute to the people of Ghana and said, in times of problems, Ghana was a good companion to help them in their times of their crisis. And then she said one thing she really admires is that Ghanaians are free to live, free to speak, and free to move. And she also spoke about the interaction between Ghana and the rest of West Africa, and chided Ghana to be the leading country in the quest for peace in the sub-region.
Thank you, Colonel. There is, of course, a long list of people who will be offering their congratulations, and you will be seeing them on your screens shortly. They include His Excellency Obiang Nguema Basoko, President of Equatorial Guinea. He is just on your screen at the moment. President Obiang Basoko, President of Equatorial Guinea. After him, we will see President Denis Sassou Nguesso, President of Congo Brazzaville. But at the moment, the president of Equatorial Guinea, makes his way across the desert, shakes hands, of course, with his colleague president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Let's not forget that as foreign minister, Nana Addo worked with almost all these heads of state who are here today. So they know each other. I mean, even a long-standing working relationship with most of these heads of state.
Well, I believe that we will be seeing next His Excellency Denis Sassou Nguesso, President of Congo-Brazzaville. But then there's also a movement towards the military. The military colonel, can you give us a little bit of background or an explanation of what we're about to see? I believe this is the Guard of Honor?
Yeah, this is the Guard of Honor. Before the president leaves, he will have to inspect the guard because he's the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. So we have on parade a full contingent of Guard of Honor of 3 officers and 96 all ranks, 96 rank and file, with a band in the background to give music. The band is a section of the mass band of the Ghana Armed Forces. So we have on ground the Army and the Navy bands. The Air Force band is currently at the airport doing other duties.
So whilst we are waiting for this military and the inspection of the Guard of Honor, of course, there are more presidents who are going to be speaking. But I thought it was particularly useful when President Nana Addo Dankwa started his speech by saying that he was in a unique position to have at his disposal 3 presidents whom he can speak to. So, of course, he was referring to President Mahama, who's just left office, President Kufuor before him, and President Jerry Rawlings. I believe we now see on our screen the list is quite substantial. Our camera is moving again, it seems, to the military. So we will be interspersing our commentary in relation to the pictures that you see live on Ghana television, reporting from the Black Star Square, Independence Square.
Yes, as you can see, the guard, as I said earlier on, is mounted
of course
by the Ghana Army. There goes the Nigerian president.
Nigerian president.
Well, Nigerian President Alhaji Buhari, who is in Ghana to also take part in this celebration, is going up to congratulate President Nana Akufo-Addo. It's interesting because Nigeria is West Africa's biggest economy and Ghana is the 2nd largest economy in West Africa. And we've had a long-standing relationship with Nigeria. It's
a very hearty chat
It's very important that Nigeria comes to such events. Ghana's always gone to the handing over ceremonies in Nigeria. So it's good to see President Buhari in Ghana for this one.
I think in the president's speech, what was also quite remarkable is that he quoted Kwame Nkrumah, he quoted Buzia, he quoted Dankwa. He went into the history, really, of Ghana, and at the same time turned it around and said, but it is about the youth, the resilience of the youth, an educated workforce. I thought that was quite remarkable because he is, in fact, standing on the threshold, if you like. We're a very young country, but at the same time, we have such long and old traditions. And he paid his respects to some of those names. He talked about Dankwa, he talked about Pa Grant, Aris Blay, Mensa Saba. Of course, this is President Faure Gnassingbé of Togo. President Faure Gnassingbé of Togo now going up to offer his congratulations to Vice President Alhaji Bawumia. Of course, he'll be shaking hands with the Speaker, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and the Chief Justice.
And of course, Togo is Ghana's closest neighbor. And we are actually brothers, separated by a plebiscite. in 1957, before independence, when part of Togoland joined Ghana and formed the Volta region. So they are not neighbors, but they are brothers and our sisters. And it's also nice to see the president of Togo here in Accra.
So it's a family affair, is what you're saying.
Affair.
Super. So our next uncle, since we're having a family affair, will be coming up shortly, and we will let you know. We have a full list of names of presidents. President Fonya Singbe returns to his seat. I must say this has been a very long day, and the president continues to smile. I also find it quite remarkable how all of the dignitaries are sitting absolutely still. I mean, this is pomp and pageantry, but it is also terribly hot today.
It is. And to see the IGP take the salute as ceremonial ADC today is quite remarkable.
And I believe it is President Bongo Ondimba, President of Gabon. On the list, no. Our list is not quite. Well, it is a very nice president. We'll come back to you right away. Let me listen here, I'll tell you. Our apologies. Our other uncle from Senegal, that was His Excellency Macky Sall. Now, that is the president of Gabon. My profound apologies. I'm sure that he will forgive me for having assigned somebody else to his name. My apologies. The president of Gabon, His Excellency Ali Bongo Ondimba. My apologies. We are live from Black Star Square, Ghana Television. The swearing in and inauguration of the 5th President of the 4th Republic of Ghana. And next on our screen is the President of Sierra Leone, Miss Bai Koroma, His Excellency Bai Koroma. As you said, it's all family, isn't it?
It is family. And Bai Koroma has been president since 2005. And he's been to Ghana several times. And don't forget that, again, Nana Akufo-Addo was instrumental in bringing an end to the crisis in Sierra Leone when he was foreign minister. So there's a very long history of, and that's why many of these people are here, because he did quite a lot of work under President Kufuor as foreign minister, both at the African Union and also at ECOWAS. So that's why they are all here to congratulate him. So there we see the president of Zambia.
The president of Zambia is His Excellency Edgar Chagwa. And he also does his walk-through handshaking with the Chief Justice, His Excellency Edgar Chagwa, president of Zambia. That is, it should be Alpha Conde, President of Guinea. Alpha Conde, President of Guinea. I'm not sure if you can hear the drumming and dancing, but it's still going on live from the popular stands. They are still going, and this is an incredible feat. Okay? Excellency Ibrahim Boubacar Keita, President of Mali. Jyoti, tell us a little about our cousin bonding with Mali.
Well, it's interesting because Kwame Nkrumah set up the Ghana-Guinea Mali many years ago, 1961. And so for a very long time, Ghana, Guinea, and Mali were like triplets. And so we've always had Mali's back. Recently, when they had a coup d'etat, President John Dramani Mahama was in Mali as chairman of ECOWAS to try and solve that problem. So again, most of these countries are returning to Ghana just to pay their respects to Ghana and to congratulate Nana Addo.
Colonel, you were saying?
We still have troops in Mali trying to keep the peace.
So it's a living relationship. It's still going on. From Nkrumah through to 2017. Super. I think it's really impressive that the Inspector General of Police is still saluting and still standing up. I mean, really. But then, of course, these are military people. These are chief of...
the Chief of the Defense Staff, as I said, and the Inspector General of Police are the ceremonial ADCs of the President. That is why you find them there.
But why don't you tell me who this is? Excellency Sharia Madari. I hope the pronunciation is not too offensive. Indeed.
Fast. But
I think you're going to like the next one who's coming up.
Well, let's see who it is. But what excites me is to see the three top people in this country, the four top people in this country seated together. And this normally doesn't happen apart from when there's a State of the Nation address or something like this. So you have the president, you have the vice, and then you have the speaker, and then you also have the chief justice all together in one space with the two ADCs, the chief of defense staff, and the IGP together. So it's quite interesting. It's a wonderful scene here. So what is happening now is the former presidents will also go up and congratulate the new president. And we see in your picture there, President Jerry John Rawlings, President of the Republic of Ghana from 1993, January 7th to 2001, when President Akufo-Addo took over. And before then, he was head of state in 1979 and also in 1981. So he goes up to say hello to...
Absolutely, and as I was saying, I'm sure you're going to like the next one. We absolutely all know who he is, and the crowd roared again.
And let's not forget his wife, Nana Akufo-Addo Rawlings, who has been beside this man for many years. So
there you go.
It's beautiful.
There you go.
This is what Ghana is all about. This is the unity we talk about.
So Nana Akufo-Addo Rawlings, of course, former First Lady and a presidential candidate, gives two kisses to President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. Oh, there you go. Beautiful. So there is President Rawlings shaking hands very heartily with President Akufo-Addo.
I want to bring our guest in. Richard is still with us, and he has something to say about it. Richard, what do you want to say?
Gerald, I'm
Now,
extremely
what a
excited.
beautiful sight.
I'm actually blown by
A beautiful sight.
the sort of gesture President Rawlings shown to the president, Nana Akufo-Addo, and I'm extremely happy. I saw the gesture and the crowd cheering this statement, and I do believe that they've done wonderfully well. I know that Ghana is ready to move on.
Richard, we have to interrupt. We have to interrupt you now because President Kufo.
Now, ex-President Kufo himself, it is now his turn, and there he embraces the Vice President, shake the hands of the Speaker of Parliament, and gives a hearty handshake to our new President, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. He's shaking the hands of the Chief Justice.
Okay, so that's President John Agyekum Kufuor, President of the Republic of Ghana, 7th January 2001 to 6th January 2009. And incidentally, the same party Nana Addo comes from, and he appointed Nana Addo as Attorney General and also as Foreign Minister. And so it's apt that he's here. You know, it's an amazing time to see both of them together. All from the same Buzia Dankwa tradition, the Dombo tradition, all of them here to cheer the MPP and Nana Addo on.
I think it's fascinating that there are three presidents who all know each other. They're all within a generation. And the generation for us really is the Fourth Republic. We have seen the first president of the Fourth Republic. We have seen the second. Unfortunately, Professor Mills died. But now we see another president. We've seen very shortly, we're about to see President Mahama and another president in the Fourth Republic, the fifth president.
So this
in
is the deputy.
Fourth
This is the
Republic.
deputy president of Kenya.
Jerity, your time to apologize. Your turn now.
I do apologize because I think I got it wrong. But the loudest chair is coming up.
Yes.
The loudest chair is coming up.
And for good reason. President John Dramani Mahama and his wife, Mrs. Lodina Mahama, and the crowd roars again.
No, finally.
But this must be such an interesting feeling for him, because only 4 years ago, people would have been coming on the days to come and congratulate him. And this really is a passing of the baton. It is if you wanted to see the old order changes, this is it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And let's see what happens. Wow, isn't it beautiful?
And let's not forget that in this Fourth Republic, he is the only president to serve one term. Only. One term only. And he became president after the late Professor Mills passed away on the 24th of July. And he was president for a few months. And then he was elected president. Unfortunately, against Nana Addo this time around, he was not able to. But
I don't know that it's unfortunate. 1.2 million votes difference is not unfortunate.
It's unfortunate for the NDC, so that's why I'm saying it's unfortunate. But he will always be remembered for a number of things. I don't know if we can say it on Ghana television, but there are a few things that come to mind when we talk about President John Dramani Mahama.
Well, apparently the crowd still finds him fascinating. Absolutely, you see him
and he's still a very
away.
young man. So
50s, who knows?
I believe he's going to do a lot of international work.
And I tell you, Ghana is the beneficiary of this kind of political maturity. Ghana is the beneficiary of this kind of political maturity.
So we have the ex-vice president, PK, Parkwesi Emise Arthur, and his wife, the former second lady, also going up to congratulate.
Wow.
I hope that all of the foot soldiers out there are watching this, because at the end of the day, politics, it really should not be a divisive factor. It seems like that in Ghana. Certainly it was a very long year, but there you have it. There you have it. The old order changer.
Giving way to new.
Long live the king.
You know something? I'm proud to be a Ghanaian today. I'm really proud that I'm a Ghanaian.
You know what fascinates
What
me
I'm
is the unity that we see between old rivals, I should say, the MPP and the NDC. Yet today, none of those rivalries come to play here at all. It's all about one Ghana, one people, one destiny. That's all it is.
One great destiny.
Absolutely.
One great destiny.
And wherever we are, we must be proud as a people for what is taking place here,
It's
right here at the Independence Square.
It is self-healing.
So you're watching us live on Ghana television across the nation, across the globe, on DSTV 278, and also on Radio Ghana, Unique FM, and all the FM stations around the country. This it has been the swearing in and inauguration of the President, Nana Akufo-Addo, and he's been sworn in. Those of you who missed it, you've missed quite a lot, but very soon he'll be going to inspect the Guard of Honor, and this will come to an end. But as we still get the dignitaries coming up to congratulate them.
I believe that we're not clear who this is, but you had mentioned about pride, and in the president's speech, of course, he talked a lot about pride.
So let's look at some of the things that the president said in his speech. I believe he talked about a lot of things. What excited me is his mention of the youth as the people who will drive this administration. He's talked about jobs. He's talked about the one village, one dam policy. He's talked about the one district, one factory policy. He's talked about the Zongo Development Fund. He's talked about $1 million per constituency, 275 constituencies across the nation. So quite a lot has been said. So people are expectant from this administration.
And I think quite a lot has also been said in Ghana about governance and corruption.
Absolutely.
And the president addressed it directly. He said we must restore integrity in public life. State coffers are not spoils for the party that wins an election, but resources for the country's social and economic development. Governance. That's an issue that I think everybody...
It's a pleasure to announce that a representative of President Sazu Ngozo has been present but has left because of flight
avenue for making money. Money is to be made in the private sector, not the public. Measures will be put in place to ensure this.
And he's warned people already. He warned people that if you want to make money, don't join my government. And I think that is critical to all of this.
And he did also point out the way to make money. He says we must create wealth and restore happiness to our nation. We can only do this when we have an educated and skilled population that is capable of competing in the global economy. On your screen live, of course, is Mr. Kofi Annan and his wife, former Secretary General of the United Nations. Mr. Kofi Annan and his wife, Mr. and Mrs. Kofi Annan, go up and offer their congratulations as well.
And Mr. Kofi Annan has been working tirelessly ever since he left the United Nations with his foundation, and his wife has been supporting him in that, and there's no doubt that he brings good wishes to the President of the Republic. But yeah. But you know what excites me? In exactly 90 days from now, this country turns 60. 60.
And the president referred
in exactly
to it.
60 days. I must correct myself. 60 days.
The president referred to it in his
60
speech,
days, not
and
90 days.
he says in his speech, we will rekindle that spirit that made Ghana the leading light on the African continent and make our conditions deserving of that accolade. So absolutely, I think March, Ghana turned 60, and the ambition of the president is to put a change which is factored around the youth and citizens and around governance. He talked about the Constitution being 24 years old. Having tried and tested it for 24 years, there are clearly some areas that need reform, and that came out also in his speech.
And we, in the past 2 years or so, we've had the Constitutional Review Committee, which was set up to try and do that. So I think it's about implementing what the committee has reviewed. So quite a lot will happen in the first 100 days of
yes, if you take a cue from his speech,
a number of things will happen in the 100 days.
A number of things will happen when he says a true separation of powers. So I wonder what he means by that. We shall find out shortly. But you were talking about pride, and it is amazing. That is Egypt, the president of Egypt, because that's the Egyptian ambassador who's just walked off the screen.
Let me quickly say, we want to say thank you to Zoom Lion for an amazing work done. They provided the bins, they cleared the place, they painted the place, made sure it was okay. So we want to say thank you to Zoom Lion for everything that... and then the technical crew, the OB technicians, Mr. Seta Kutia, Ebenezer Mpabing, Ben Kotenikwe, the technical managers, GTV, they've been great today, haven't they?
Well, they've certainly kept us going. They've kept us on our toes. The service has been fantastic. And I think it's really good that Ghana Television was able to serve all other media who wanted a live feed.
And what excited me about Ghana Television today is the drones. We had the drones in the air today. And so that was
and there
that was
you go.
exciting.
The crowd signals change.
Well, change has already come.
Change. The crowd is still going. They're still excited. And I think one of the things that Nadu said, again, that I'd like to quote, he says that being a Ghanaian must stand for something more than the holder of a birth certificate or a certain passport. Being a Ghanaian must put certain responsibilities on each one of us. Calling yourself a Ghanaian must mean you have signed up to a certain definable code and conduct. Being a Ghanaian puts an obligation on each of us to work at building a fair, prosperous and happy nation. His Excellency, the former President of Nigeria, President Michelle Obama, makes his way up to the day to congratulate the Vice President, the Speaker, and now he moves on to congratulate President everyone.
Well, you're watching live Ghana Television, and my name is J.O. Tiajiman, and I'm here with...
It's very kind of you to bring us in. My name is Nana Yao Furata, and our other commentator is Colonel Comfort Ankoma Dancer.
And we're watching the crowd. Let's talk about the crowd that gathered here today.
I'm told that some people came as early as 3 o'clock. We got here at 6 o'clock and it was virtually chock-a-block. You couldn't get in. Cars parked and people walking. And the amazing thing is they're walking and singing and drumming and dancing. It was like a walking carnival. There's even an elephant on wheels somewhere in the crowd. Somebody's wheeling around the elephant. The elephant, of course, being the symbol of the NPP party. So there is an elephant in the crowd, a virtual elephant as well as a real one, somewhere out there in the crowd.
And there you have Dr. Ibn Chambers, the UN's envoy for ECOWAS, in our screens there. A proud Ghanaian diplomat, served in Parliament as well.
Yes, he
did. At the same time as Nana Addo was in Parliament.
Absolutely.
So they know each other very well.
Indeed.
So as we spoke about the crowd, I'm still looking outside towards the Freedom and Justice Arch, where thousands of people are gathered. We're just about to come to the end of the program, yet nobody seems to be moving anywhere. That's amazing, isn't it?
Indeed. I'm sure some of them have not even eaten the whole day, and they are not even aware of it.
Well, we haven't eaten the whole day. We've been here since 6 o'clock.
We are working.
For King and Country, I think it's called Service to the Nation. One of the, still on praise and pride, what Nana-Addo said also, Nana-Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo said in his speech was, there should be no higher praise than to be able to say, I am a Ghanaian. I like that. No higher praise.
So do I. In some way, he also said that he is pledging to live by example. And this is not the first time he said it. Throughout his campaign, Nana-Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo kept on saying that he would want to live by example, which means he's a man of his word, and we should take him for it.
Well, I think he will, because the expectation of the people of Ghana is actually very high, and all through the campaign to the election to now, everything that he has done, his demeanor has been statesmanlike, and people want to learn from some of the things that he has said he's going to do. And for me, what excites me is the fact that he said that Ghana is open for business. So obviously with the MPP, we know it's more of a capitalist, it's a centric right party, so the private sector will be involved quite a lot in whatever the governance of this country.
And
so
he also challenges Ghanaians to be participants rather than spectators.
Right.
He did say something like that.
Yes, he did. He also said, I think, something about stimulating the creative juices of innovators. So opening opportunities for the youth and for new ways of making money, of building an economy, away, I suppose, from the traditional cocoa, gold mining, which has been the backbone of our economy, agriculture. But he's talking about innovation. So that will take things to another level, don't you think?
yes, it will. It will. I mean, and the fact that he talks about building a united Ghana, which is at peace with itself and takes pride in its diversity. And it's interesting to note that he wants the youth to be the driving force of what we do. So he talked about rekindling the spirit that made Ghana the leading light on the African continent, and to make our conditions deserving of that accolade. So
I love that. He talks about the shutters are up again, and that's quite symbolic. The shutters are up again. On the screen now is...
That's Hajia Ramatu Mahama, the former second lady and wife of the late former vice president, Alhaji Aliyu Mahama.
The shutters are up again in Ghana.
So we're still watching live telecast of the swearing in and inauguration of Nana-Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He's been sworn in about an hour ago. So the ceremony still continues, and we see Hajia Ramatu Mahama still exchanging greetings and congratulating the dignitaries on the podium. So we are live from the Independence Square, and we are going to be giving you some tidbits from the speech for those.
Majority Leader, at this time, may we have an indication?
Are we going to see something very different from Nana-Addo in the next 4 years?
Well, I think the people who voted for him are going to be demanding that, and he understands us. He says the Ghanaian people have summoned the change we celebrate today. They have raised their voices in an unmistakable chorus. They have cast their votes without equivocation and have forced the change. He did say he's going to be working with the legislature and the judiciary, and he made it very clear that there's no precedent, no parliament, no government that can undertake this change by itself. So he has, in a sense, put a lot of the responsibility back on the citizens of Ghana, where he says the change we have voted for will have to start with each of us as individuals. We can start with little changes in our own individual attitudes and practices. So I think he clearly understands that we want to see something different. A different way of governing, a different way in which the economy functions, a different way in which you relate to the elderly, the youth. All of those issues are here in Ghana. We want a different approach.
Because the truth is, if we don't find that, the buck stops with him.
Yes,
and
it does.
4 years is not a very long time.
Yes, and in case he has any doubt about that, he can speak to Mr. Mahama, how quickly that flies.
Absolutely.
As you pointed out, Mr. Mahama was given one term only, and it's really important for all of the parliamentarians, the potential ministers, and everyone who comes into government, first of all, to realize that we do not want business as usual. The minority and majority leaders of parliament were on the screen.
They are getting ready to now come and congratulate the President of the Republic. So the majority leader, Honorable Chimensa Bonsu, the MP for Swami, and also the minority leader, Honorable Haruna Idrisu. I think they will escort.
Sefukai walking away. He's done a yeoman's job down there, whilst we've been sitting up here as well. So this ceremony, the swearing in and inauguration of the 5th President of the 4th Republic of Ghana, will be coming to an end shortly. I think we're coming to the majority and minority leaders, and then we will be moving on, of course, and this is where Colonel, you'll be taking over. This will be your show now, the Guard of Honor, and you can explain to us when it starts what exactly the President is seeing and doing from your perspective as a military person.
We wish to God that they will be able to deliver and carry this nation to a higher pedestal. Mr. Speaker, the sitting of this House began in the early hours of this day at exactly 5 minutes after 12 midnight. We've traveled a long way. Certainly, bones are tired and squeaky. And the time reading exactly 1 o'clock after noon. May I move that this House adjourns proceedings until Tuesday next week at 10 o'clock in the forenoon. I so move.
Honorable Minority Leader.
Right, Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the Minority Caucus and my own personal behalf, let me convey hearty congratulations to the President of the Republic, Nana Akufo-Addo, Vice President of the Republic, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and Mr. Speaker, to your good self, I beg to second the motion for the adjournment, serving notice that next time, on or before 1 minute or 5 minutes after 12 o'clock, we will insist that the process continues for the swearing in of whoever is the president-elect in order to avoid a constitutional vacuum. I beg to second the motion.
Honorable members, the motion has been moved and seconded. And the question is, as many as are in favor of adjournment, say aye. As many as are against, say no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. The House is accordingly adjourned till Tuesday, the 10th day of January 2017 at 10 o'clock in the forenoon. Thank you, honorable members.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, shall we rise for the national anthem?
Hello.
My name's Nanaya Alfareta, and I have been humbled to have been supported today by Abna Madamaje, who's been running back and forth, giving us information, Colonel Comfort, Ankuma Danso, and of course, Jerity. Thank you.
Technical managers as well as Zoom Lion for a yeoman's job. It's not over because the president is now going to inspect the Guard of Honor, and we will bring you the Guard of Honor as well, after which the president will leave the Independence Square. But from us here, your team here at the Independence Square, we want to say thank you very, very much for having us in your homes, on television and on radio. So stay tuned. We are not off. It's time for the Guard of Honor, and GTV continues to bring you that as well, and Colonel Danso will bring you that. Thank you very much.
Leading out of the chamber, the President of the Republic of Ghana and the Vice President, accompanied by the Chief of the Defense Staff, Air Marshal Michael Sampson Oje, and the Inspector General of Police, Mr. John Kudalo, make their exit from the Chamber of Parliament, where we have witnessed today the inauguration of the 5th President of the 4th Republic of Ghana. Once outside, the President of the Republic will inspect a Guard of Honor mounted by the Ghana Armed Forces. The Guard of Honor mounted by officers and men of the Ghana Armed Forces, to be inspected by the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Chamber of Parliament by the Speaker of Parliament, the Right Honourable Mike Aaron. the bearer of the Mace of Parliament, led by officials of Parliament, the Minority Leader and the Majority Leader, and the Right Honourable Speaker of the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana, as well as Her Ladyship the Chief Justice, followed by His Excellency the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Al-Hajj Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, also followed by His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, flanked by the IGP and the Chief of the Defense Staff.
National salute!
Akufo-Addo is inspecting the guard of honor which has been mounted for him as president and the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency. Inauguration ceremony.
The guard which have been formed up,
guard mounted by the Ghana Army,
consists of
3 officers, 96 rank and file, with the Ghana Armed Forces Central Band ready for your inspection. Major Eric Abiti reporting, Your Excellency. Excellency, please bow to the flag. Excellency will inspect the back row now.
His Excellency, the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, his ADC is Colonel Bismarck Kwesi Ongona. Colonel Bismarck Kwesi Ongona is an infantry officer from 48th Engineer Regiment. He has read all his necessary military courses and currently holds a master's degree of art in international affairs from Leicester, University of Ghana, Legon. Colonel Bismarck Kwesi Ongona speaks fluent French and German.
Excellency, please you mount the dates for the second national salute.
By mounting the guard of honor to the President, the Ghana Armed Forces affirms its loyalty and respect to the President of the Republic. Viewers, in your shot is the new President of the Republic of Ghana, the 7th since the Republic. And there he's been welcomed by very hearty and happy people. There is the parade commander. The inspection is over.
Your
and he's reporting
Excellency,
to the Commander-in-Chief.
Inspection over. May I have your permission to carry on? Your Excellency.
Permission is granted. And so the parade commander, Major Eric Abiti, retreats to the parade and marches all the colors and the rest of the parade. Currently in your shot.
Guard of honor! Show the arms!
Is a guard of honor.
National salute! Reside! Arms!
To usher in the new President of the Republic of Ghana in the person of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Thank you very much for having us, and may God bless Ghana and God bless the Republic. Thank you.
Hey, the left! Quick! March! Right wheel. Right wheel. Guard of honor!